Good kitty. How you guys doing? Welcome back. Today is November 17th. It's a nice Wednesday, 2021. Welcome to our usual swing cast. Let's just get right into it. Now, when it comes to this episode, we're talking about 8 stocks I want to watch into this week and then into next week as well, using mainly technical analysis. Now, again, when it comes to technical analysis, I do like to use the things on screen. We have supports, resistances, trend lines. We have a pattern there, EMA lines, volume profile, RSI, stochastic, and the vortex indicator. All my charting should have been shown there if I remember to edit correctly, so we can skip that part during the episode. And now, again, you have a nice picture of what we're looking at when it comes to technical analysis. Now, technical analysis is about 1/8 of what I like to do in a whole entire trading plan and a trading structure. The course I teach on how I enter, exit stocks, buy stocks, like to look at stocks, scan them, all those kinds of great things is right here. Now, what I like to do with a stock is I like to look at risk versus reward. First of all, technical, mental, fundamental analysis. I like to look at macro markets, trading plan, have good goals set, and be consistent. Those 8 things make you much more successful and teaches you how to fish by yourself. A lot of folks want to teach you a system, a single strategy. I want to teach you to fish for yourself. With that being said, again, our Discord, my community, is in the description box down below. It hasn't gone anywhere. I'm just rebranding for the new year. I've been on YouTube 363 days. I want to make a brand that's all my own, that's brand new, that has trademarks and copyrights behind it that I've gotten. So again, I'm just rebranding the next few weeks. Nothing's wrong, just rebranding. I want to try some new things and kind of get a new edge to what we're doing here. If you really enjoy what I'm doing in this episode, watch the full thing. If you're new, I appreciate that. Like, subscribe, bell notification. Today, if you would, particularly because I never ask, comment a question you want to have answered in our thank you 1-year anniversary episode. I'm going to be talking about myself and just where I've come from and some personal questions. Feel free today to comment down below. It means a lot to me if you do. Like, comment, subscribe just as well. It would be great. Lastly is that if you want to watch yesterday's picks, which are also pretty good still. A lot of these are looking good. Zim ran for 12% pre-market, but the other ones looking good. Check right here as well. Lastly is in the description box down below. I have all my picks that I've called in the last 3 months or so on there, ready to go. Go check those out with my price targets that have been hit, my stop losses that have been hit. You'll see my results and what I give in that Discord and that community, and just here for free for you. Now, it's not going to be as accurate, but again, this right here is all you need. Check the journal down below in the description box as well. With that being said, 8 stocks, I can never guarantee much. One thing I can almost guarantee here is you probably never heard at least one of these. With that being said, let's get into it. ABR is up first. Arbor Realty Trust. It's a nice REIT company. You can see it's with $18 and you get about 80 cents every 3 months. Now, again, the lower the better. But I mean, when you get almost $1 for an $18 stock every 3 months, you hold it for 3 to 4 years, you will double your money almost guaranteed at this price. What's great is the growth behind it as well. ABR constantly goes up. It's a REIT that also prints with growth and also gives you those dividends. I love that for a long-term hold. I do love it for what we're looking at when it comes to reversal here with our convergence. We have an old resistance becoming a support, as we can see, coming into a nice trend line here. This trend line's over a year long. It's been going strongly here. I love what I see. If you are new to our channel, these 2 white dotted lines may confuse you. This is from volume profile. This is where 70% of volume happens. This is the POC. This is the strongest volume node. It's the highest volume. It is the strongest support and resistance on this chart. It's also gravitational. I don't have time now to discuss volume profile with you. It's a great tool. Check it out right here. I can promise that's the last time. You can look up there for a link. Let's just move on. ABR is a fantastic uptrend. It's a fantastic dividend stock. It's a fantastic support. If we lose this spot, it's showing life after hours. If you lose this spot, the POC is best. Worst case, Ontario, 17.15. It's an even better deal. It's about 6% lower, 8. Down here is a perfect support play. So again, I wouldn't rush in. I want some life. These are very fast reversals. Give me one more green and you can enter with some confidence. ABR, great dividend stock, great swing trade. I love what I see. Let's check the indicators. What's so cool about this channel, besides me, is that I actually don't use indicators to scan with. A lot of beginners lean so heavily on indicators to show them clarity. The more you watch my videos, I can guarantee you'll find out that technical analysis is the cake. Indicators are just the icing. Indicators show you 4 things, and these 4 things it shows you helps you enter, helps you exit, and helps you show value or growth opportunities. It shows you trend, momentum, volume, and volatility. MTVV. And so I don't scan with them on. I may miss some great 200 bounces. I may miss some VWAP things. I may miss some Bollinger Bands. You know, RSI under 30, that's fine. It's all about the technical analysis. So if you are new to this, you're going to see live what a veteran does. Let's check it out together. ABR off the bat, under the 200, which is the red email line here. Underneath the 200 is a great value. So anytime you're below here, it's a great value. I love that. The 10 crosses are great as well. You cross that 10, you ran up all the way. See how it breaks here, but it doesn't close. All the way until the first one closes, it's time to sell out. This 10 cross is really good. Sure, it kind of hesitates here, but this one's fantastic as well. So waiting for a 10 cross is fine. I personally wouldn't. It's almost 2%. And we're going for about 8 here at most. 6 is probably a little bit greedy too. So giving up 33% of our profit margin and adding 33% more risk to our trade makes very little sense here to me. I want to go off of value. The value is also shown with the RSI underneath 30. It's a 20. That's a fantastic RSI. The stochastic's a negative 80. And the bulls here are super low. Bears are super high. With the vortex here, you could buy off a crossover. So here my cursor is. When the green crosses the red, you could have bought in here. You could have bought in here. Those are all great signals. But you also could have bought out when it bottomed out, like right here. It bottomed on the vortex. That's a great purchase. Anywhere in here, it bottomed out. Over here, it bottomed out. So again, being this low is a great sign of value. ABR has amazing value here. Sure, can it get lower? Absolutely. As Peter Lynch said, how low can this stock get? 0. So let's not get ahead of ourselves, but when it comes to being a great value purchase, ABR into this week and into next week is fantastic. That's a good kitty. Next is BOXL. This is a Nanocap. You can tell by how quick it moves, and it's a very cheap price. I think it's actually a $13 million organization. There are some folks walking the street who could probably buy this whole entire company. This is a very volatile penny stock. Why do I like it? Well, 1, it's volatile, and then 2, the support's legendary. We can see over here, clearly every single time it gets near 175, 173, it's a historically pivotal spot. Sure, a better support's 130. Sure, 105 is better. Of course, 33 cents is the greatest value, but there's no technical support down there. We can see clearly a great support spot. Obvious earnings overreaction. Earnings. Overreacted, it came back. Earnings. Ran down into it, ran back up. Earnings. Ran up to it, ran back down. An obvious overreaction. This could clearly get lower. You're still risking 4 or 5% to make sure here. But just to hit this resistance trend is almost 40%. So a full move is 8 to 1. A bad move is still 6 to 1. We also know that the POC here is gravitational, pulling us higher. That's fantastic. I don't see any really clear trend lines. I was watching this one possibly forming. Maybe something over here was forming and it broke down. I don't see much other support besides just a support play. But again, when it comes to value, it's extremely great. Let's check the indicators together. I love the 10 crosses. The 10 crosses seem pretty good, but they only seem valid under one circumstance. Can you see it? It's when it's over the 50. The 10 crosses are only valid over the 50 EMA line. Once you cross the 50, the 10 becomes a great support. So down here, I wouldn't wait for one because below the 50, look at, it's very confusing. Below the 50, the 10's worthless. So a 50 crosses our best goal, but not giving up almost 20% to see that. This is buying into value. Once again, value is shown by the RSI being at 22, very low. The stochastic is low at negative 46 with a bullish divergence. These are lower lows. These right here are higher lows. That's an obvious bullish divergence. Every time the bottoms don't match, it's bullish. When the tops don't match, it is bearish. That's a very obvious bullish divergence. Bulls are low, bears are high. BOXL is a Nanocap. This is going to be insane. If any of these companies are going to go bankrupt or have the most rough waters, it's going to be this one. So make sure you guys have a stop loss and a plan if you do like this one. BOXL, a great support play. No convergence really, but again, when it comes to a small company that has some great opportunities here, I love BOXL. Next is BVN. BVN has great higher lows. Once, twice, 3 times guaranteed. Why is it important? Any one of you idiots, any one of me idiots can draw a trend line from point A to point B. That's not hard. But a company with point A, B, C, D, and beyond is much more consistent. And on this channel, Papa likes consistency. So this is definitely what we're looking at with BVN's great consistency. No true resistance trend line here at all. Maybe you could argue it's becoming a horizontal triangle. I wouldn't go that far at this point. Again, you have really good downtrends, but over here, there's not much going on. But again, very pivotal spot historically, very pivotal spot historically in this area. Love to see that as well. Let me zoom in one more time. Good kitty. Great support here. POC is going to pull us higher. Easy resistance. Again, just a purely nice support play into a trend line. Sure, you got to risk 3 or 4%, but a bad move is about 9. Even the small move is still 3 to 1. Not bad at all. Let's check the indicators together. One more time, I do like the 10 crosses for this one. Crosses the 10, holds the whole entire way until it's time to sell out, and you would have missed a little bit, but that's okay. 10 cross over here is beautiful until it's time to sell out. Cross it again, you're good the whole entire time. The 50 is going to be your main goal, especially the 200, but down here, again, I wouldn't wait for a crossover this low, but we are going to be waiting for one eventually. If we do get it, it's just going to prove later you made the right decision. 39, the RSI is pretty good. You want it below 30, but again, that's fine. Stochastic is low. Love that. Bulls just crossed under and have room to drop, and bears are a little bit high. I would argue, given the indicators, which is just the icing on the cake, we have a bit more to drop, but not too much. Maybe a few pennies, maybe 10, 20 cents at most here. I think it can get a bit lower. I would wait, but again, this is a watch list show. I want to put on your guys' radar. We'll see what it does, but BVM is a great watch list item into this week. Next is C. My cat hit the button for me. Thanks, bud. Next is C, a great trend up. Again, only 3 hits. It's not the most steep, so I'm not putting too much weight into it. But again, this support's absolutely legendary for CD group. This is a very strong support area. Sure, 65 is probably a stronger support, maybe 65 and some change. But anywhere in this area we're coming into is a very strong support. Good dividend, good earnings. So again, you can get dividend money if you buy a great value and it rockets on you. Could have a great lifetime to long-term hold here. Super great support. Anytime we're underneath this volume profile line, we get some really good value. Love what I see. Earnings overreaction down. Dividends make it drop even farther. This will go back up eventually. I do like what I see here. Let's check the indicators together. My cat's not distracting at all. We can see the 10 crosses again. Beautiful. 50 crosses better. So again, waiting for the 50 makes no sense. The 10 is an okay idea. It's still like 2% away. And we're going for what? What's the maximum we're going for? I'd say the volume profile line. You know, I don't want to give up one-fifth of my profit for a crossover. If we don't get it, that's fine. You're not risking too much here. I would buy into value, and if an RSI cross happens or a stochastic cross or ENIA cross happens, that's just confirmation you were right. 30 is great. 63 is great. Bulls are low, bears are high. Once again, the ENIA lines are fairly worthless here when it comes to a crossover. We're going off of value, and obviously here C has value. Great long-term hold, great dividend hold, and again, an even better swing trade, and maybe even a day trade in my opinion if it gets the momentum. See, I'd watch list it. Next is CANO Health, just like from Mortal Kombat. What a reference. We can zoom out and we can see, oh, it was doing nothing, and then boop, it went up, and now this is a very strong support area. I think even 1009 is a better support area, obviously a little bit lower, but this is a very pivotal spot. Holding at the POC, earnings overreaction, higher lows across the board. Look at that, boop, 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 boop. This is a classic bump and run. If you don't know what a bump and run is, Google it. Old-fashioned bump and run, made a new trend, broke down, and now we're getting back into the old one. Beautiful. Great support, and again, you're risking what? 2 or 3% at most. And guess what? If it does break down, you buy back in at 10, 13. 3% is that. That's all you got to see to get your money back and buy back in. Obviously, great support play here, great trend line here. Love what I see. No true resistance trend, but down here, great value. Let's check the indicators together. We can see the 10, again, is pretty good, but it's only really good over the 50. And again, could you wait for a 10 or 50 cross here? Sure, 5% is quite a lot. I wouldn't. But if you do cross the 10, that's just confirmation you were right. The 50 cross, even better. 200, you're off to the races. So I wouldn't wait for any of that. I'm buying into value. Why do I say that? Once again, RSI, it's low. It spends 95% of the time north of where my cursor is, right? See that? It's at value. Stochastic, it spends 98% of the time north of where it is here. It also has a very obvious bullish divergence. Higher lows, lower lows. Also, bulls are low, bears are high. So again, I'm not waiting for an ENIA crossover here. CANO, I'm buying off of value. I think that $10 is a better value, but again, there's no guarantee it's going down there, and this trend line is absolutely beautiful. CANO, I definitely watch this. I love what I see. Next is ENIA. I called that right here. It went boop, almost 12%. What a snack. And we're back down here again. I don't love calling the same plays more than once, but look at you got a nice, what seems to be a nice falling trend line into this overall trend line. Look at this beautiful falling wedge. It's gorgeous. The reason I'm calling it now is, one, if we do see it drop tomorrow, a good 4 or 5%, we're back in this trend line, easy peasy money. And if it does show life tomorrow, this is a very strong support area, right? You may see 526 anywhere in here, but this is a very strong support area historically. Bulls buy in 560 to 540, as you can see, and as you can see. It can get lower, but I think there's much room to get higher. And eventually, if this does break this resistance trend line, which has been holding beautifully, if this does break out, you got an absolute screamer this year. Could be fantastic. I love what I see. Let's check the indicators together. I'm sure that 10 cross is fine. Yeah, it's fine. I don't love it. And again, same exact argument. You got to get a 200 break eventually. Your 10 crosses are best over the 50. So again, down here, these EMA lines mean very little to me. I'm not even watching them at all, honestly. This is such a great value. Value, again, is exemplified by RSI underneath 30. Stochastic is dummy low. Bulls are dummy low. Bears are high. ENIA, I don't know where the bottom is. Anyone who claims to know I know where the bottom is in any stock is an absolute liar, or they're an idiot. I think ENIA here makes a whole lot of sense to watch, and we get some green tomorrow. Could be good. Next is PD, professional development. No, pager duty. Household name. No, it's not. This is a great trend up. What's more beautiful is the 10-year. This thing's an absolute rocket that's just been going up over the longest period of time. I didn't include it because it wasn't the greatest, most clean uptrend, but these are obvious higher lows across the board here. Beautiful. And again, as of recently, it's showing that as well. Right before close, it's showing some life. I think 40-50, 40-40, anywhere in here is going to be your best bet. I think a stronger support is probably closer to 39.72, but a lot of wicking happens here. So how quick these moves are, I'm not putting a lot of emphasis on it being in this area for a long period of time. But in this area where it's at, near that POC, much more solid support area. Great trend up, great support area. POC pulls us higher. It's a beautiful ascending triangle with a fake breakout here. It wants to go in the 48s. It wants to get to the 50s. And right here, it's a great value. A good breakout, 12, 13%, risking about 2 or 3. I just love this play more than anything. What a great ascending triangle. Let's check the indicators together. 10 crosses are beautiful. Even under the 50. 10 crosses are beautiful. Would I wait? Yeah, it's 2%. I could give that up and be okay. Look at you cross that 10, you cross that 50 and that 200, and you get a golden cross. That's when you're going to make some sweet money here. Down here, good value. I'd be willing to buy in here if I like value. But waiting for a 10 cross or 50 cross makes sense as well. RSI, it's fair, and that makes sense. You're going sideways. Look at over here to over here. It's gone up almost 1% in almost a month. It's just going back and forth and consolidating. That's fair. Both these are towards the middle. Bulls are still low. But again, it's showing some form of consolidation. All the big moves in the market, 9 out of 10 times, come after consolidation. This may sound stupid, but PD is showing a classic example. Stocks can do 3 things, my sweet baby angel: ascend, descend, and consolidate. The ascension and the descension are precursored by consolidation. PD is showing that inside of a bullish pattern. To me, 10 out of 10. I love it. PD, I'd watch listed. Last is PFSI. One of my favorites. PFSI is on the cult level for me of like PSNL and UPST and Upwork and Funko and Surf. All these plays since like November I've been playing off of last year. I just love them. PFSI is up there with like L Pro and stuff. An absolute ripper of an uptrend. I've played off this, look at this. I played off this bad boy 8-9 times now, and I've printed every single time. I am biased, but again, these are moves of 10, 15, 20, 30% fairly consistently. UPSI or PFSI at this point has no sign of slowing down. It's a gigantic ascending triangle. This is your resistance towards $69, big fella. It makes higher lows consistently and just beats on the door of 69. That's a great name for a band. Beats on the door of 69, my band, I call it. This is a great looking stock. Higher lows across the board, consistently pressuring bears here. I mean, it's showing life already. You get an easy 10% risking too. It's well, What more do you want from me? This is fantastic. Let's check the indicators. I just love this play. The 10 cross is beautiful. The 50 cross is even more beautiful. And the 200 cross is... it's great. This is fantastic. Flurry of 5, 55, bulls low, bears high. I mean, this is probably a 10 out of 10 on the setup scale. I mean, 10 out of 10 tendies. Let's do the tendy scale. Let's bring that back and make that new thing. On the tendy scale, 10 out of 10. Now again, does it guarantee money? No, you idiot. It's just a 10 out of 10 watch list item. I think you bought it now, you'd be happy with what you get in a few months. Sure, maybe it could drop lower. I mean, this could easily hit 58 bucks. Can be an easy support play, as you can see. But PFSI here makes a lot of sense to me. I just love what I see with ascending triangles. I'm very biased towards those because, again, they're my favorite kind of pattern. I like what I like. It is what it is. There you guys have it. I do appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. What a great time. We'll see you guys tomorrow for one more episode. Again, just to be clear with our schedule. Whoa, with the green light, that looks pretty cool like that. Sorry, I have ADHD. To be clear though, next week is break for my school. I will be able to make videos more often and during the day. I will be on break and on vacation the 26th through the 28th. That's my birthday. November 29th, I'm turning, or November 28th, you idiot. I'm turning 30. Damn. So I may not be able to make a lot of content late next week. That's okay. But for now, we'll see you guys tomorrow for one more episode for this week. I appreciate y'all's support more than anything. Thank you so much. Have a good one.